When you think about getting married, you think about all the happy things. You think about the wedding. You think about being with the person that you love for the rest of your life. We had the conversation about NFP when we were starting to think about marriage, and especially then when we were engaged.
Well, I had never heard of NFP before, and the reason for that is that I was not raised Catholic. Until I started hanging out with Catholics, Ellen and some of her friends, I had never heard about NFP.
For me, it seemed like something that would cause a lot of anxiety because I just assumed that it probably didn't work very well.
My perception of NFP was, I guess, yeah, I kind of lumped it in with rhythm method and all this. It basically for me was just, well, the technical term for me was Catholic voodoo.
Natural family planning is a natural method of being prudent about the planning of a family. And so from the natural perspective, it's a strong case to be made that this is the wise and the prudent way to treat the bodies as they are according to natural systems and to allow the body to flourish, to be exactly as it was designed to be by God.
The different methods of natural family planning use different signs or combinations of signs of fertility or infertility. So one method called the ovulation method uses primarily the changes in a woman's cervical mucus to determine whether she's fertile or infertile. The symptothermal method, as the name implies, combines symptoms with thermometer readings, temperature. You can actually do hormone testing and determine by the woman's hormones when the fertile and infertile periods are. It ain't rocket science. It's again, with the research that's been done and with the tools we have, it's fairly simple.
I started talking to people who were married and practicing NFP and learning that it was effective for them.
When used correctly, it's as effective as artificial contraception. That was surprising to me. What finally brought me on board was just the natural aspect of it, you know, the big N at the front of NFP. The fact that we are practicing a method of family planning that doesn't involve Ellen dosing herself with hormones in the morning.
French sleep upstairs and French sleep downstairs.
The green movement and all natural movements toward ecology say that you let the system be what it's designed by nature to be, and it functions at its highest level. Well, by introducing contraceptives into the female body, you're changing a system. And so you restore a system by removing what is foreign and allow the system to operate the way it was designed.
As a physician, I'm in favor of recommending NFP or letting people know about it, because I think as a profession, medicine has really let women down and has done a lot of harm in the whole area of contraception. And there's a lot of ground to be made up by getting the word out that natural family planning is there, first of all, that it's really effective, and that it's natural.
For me, NFP has helped me to redefine that in my own mind and to see the sexual relationship as for what it is and what it's designed for. And what it's designed for is procreation, but it's also designed for to have a unifying effect. And you don't have to choose between, well, is it just for fun or is it just for making babies? It can be both, and NFP acknowledges both. But it reminds you of the power of the sexual relationship within marriage.
Although the Catholic Church teaches against artificial contraception, promotes natural family planning, many of its members aren't following the Catholic teaching in this regard. And so I really think that the uniqueness is in the position being here and many believers being over here. And a lot of the reason for that, I think, is just that we haven't been very open about the teaching or positive in how we speak about it. And I think we're getting there. I'm excited to be a part of that.
I think I've come to accept that regardless of what I initially thought, that NFP was just, you know, this Catholic thing. Yes, it's practiced by many Catholics, but I think that it is a beneficial thing for non-Catholics as well.
When you spot a couple and you talk to them about NFP, there's a certain romance, there's a certain twinkle in the eye that you see often in newlyweds, but that I see all the time in couples that are 10, 15 years married.
I do believe that NFP works with the plan that God intends for us, because it's easy to see how it works with the body that I have. So it works with my fertility, it acknowledges that it's there, and it acknowledges that it's a good thing.
To work with fertility is to basically say the body that I've been given is a gift, and so I'm gonna treat it as it is, as a gift.
I'm in favor of NFP, and I support it, and I want to get the word out because I've seen that it has changed lives, and it has helped men and women to find a fullness they never could have expected in the gift of the call to holy matrimony.